It was a dark night outside. I was sitting on the couch, chilling, watching TV. But I was hungry. Then, all of a sudden, the news channel came on. It said, "Warning, there have been sightings of a strange dog roaming around the streets. People are asked to lock their doors and remain calm." But I was hungry. The convenience store was only just across the street. But when I got there, the doors were locked, so I thought I would just go to a restaurant and eat there. After 20 minutes of searching for a restaurant, I stumbled across an old diner. It was located in front of a graveyard. So I went in and looked around. They had this fancy music playing in the background. I ordered my food and I sat down at a table. The place was busy. There was a door at the back of the huge dining room that said kitchen, and every once in a while a person would come out of the door with a plate of food in their hand, ready to serve a person. I was sitting there for at least 20 minutes when all of a sudden the emergency lights came on. I never thought much of it until a loud voice said, "Evacuate the building! Evacuate the building!" Everybody was running out of the building in all different directions. Then everything went black. A few minutes later, I woke up. I looked around and the whole dining room was empty. I went to the front door and tried to open it, but it wouldn't budge. So I decided to look around and to see if someone was still in the building. I checked the kitchen. There was nothing much there apart from a few butcher knives and cooking pans. I walked out of the kitchen and back into the dining room. I looked around the dining room for 5 minutes when all of a sudden the chandelier started to swing back and forth slowly. Then on the other side of the room, a wine glass seemed to throw itself off of a table by some invisible force. Then the whole chair flew backwards. The chandelier was swinging faster and faster until it fell onto the ground and shattered into pieces. I started running down the main hall. I wanted to get as far away from that room as possible. I found a vent shaft in the corner of a room. I looked down the long vent shaft. All I could see was pitch black. When all of a sudden, something pushed me down the vent, and I slid down the vent very fast. Then I fell into a room. The room appeared to be a basement of some sort. I looked at the far corner and saw a hot water boiler and a toolbox. I looked up at the tiny light bulb hanging on the ceiling that would occasionally flicker on and off. Then I noticed something strange about the light bulb. It was rocking back and forth, just like the chandelier upstairs. Then I heard a banging noise from behind me. It was getting louder and louder. And then something jumped out of the vent. It was a dog with a demonic smile and very creepy teeth. Its mouth was dripping blood. It had eyes that stared into your soul. It was getting closer and closer and closer. Then the light bulb fell down and broke. Then all I could hear was the growling sound of the demonic creature.